Konnichiwa minasan, Kudo maharizu desu. This is my top 10 anime of 2022. At number 10, Komi-san wa Komyusho desu. Komi-san Can't Communicate is a continuation of a relatively slow-burn slice of life rom-com centered on Komi Shoko, a beautiful high schooler with social anxiety whose classmate Tadano befriended her on day one at school, after which Komi endeavors to get 100 friends before she graduates. Despite the fact that each episode can be watched on its own as a standalone show, there is character development in the two main characters, and talking about character, Komi and Tadano's classmates are really a handful, each with their own quirky attributes, and look out for the puns. At number 9, Sonobiskudoru wa Koyosuru. Better known by fans outside Japan as my dress-up darling or Kissekoi for short, this unlikely rom-com between a cosplaying gyaru named Kitagawa Marin and an introverted lad named Wakana who excels in sewing is one of my most enjoyable, relaxing and heartfelt watches for this year. Considering Cloverworks' somewhat fan-servicey manner in delivering the adaptation of the manga penned by Fukuda Shinichi. The visuals are beautifully presented and my heart just went, oh, by the end of the season. Can't wait for season 2, which is due to be out this year. At number 8, CYBERPUNK EDGERUNNERS. I had never played the game, but since I had not watched anything from Studio Trigger for a while, I thought that this should be worth checking out, especially after that trailer. This is a joint effort with CD Projekt Red. CYBERPUNK EDGERUNNERS was broadcasted on Netflix. The visuals were an assault to the senses in a good way, joined to the hip with great world building and an engaging story about making one's way through the murky and violent underground world of Night City. This is quite an exciting watch, and I highly recommend it. At number 7, AKIBA MAID Senso. My first surprise of the year, really. I only watched it just because I was trying to find out what other IP the seiyuu for a character in CYBERPUNK EDGERUNNERS acted in. In English, this is called AKIBA Maid War, and it's actually a hard-hitting Yakuza story, veiled as one about maid cafes in Akihabara while still maintaining its cutesy, kawaii look to the characters. Well written and animated by PA Works, AKIBA Maid Senso is an engaging series which saw me rooting for the Tontokoton girls who are only trying to do their best in the face of adversity. At number 6, Spy Family. Now, I would judge those who read the X in the title, but I like to say Spy Family to me reads more as a story about family set in the background of espionage between two nations reminiscent of those in Cold War era Europe. 3 unlikely characters, a spy, a lethal assassin, and an adorable pink-haired telepathic elementary schooler makes each episode a gaggle of laughs, enjoyable to the last minute, slapstick or otherwise. The stories, both comic and serious, are cleverly woven throughout the series' 2 course broadcasters in the past spring and winter. A must-watch if you hadn't a chance to watch it. And at number 5, Licorice Recoil. This is surprise number 2 of 2022 for me, and this anime original by A1 Pictures has made it to my top 5 anime of the year. Dubbed as K-On! Meets John Wick, Licorice Recoil tells a tale of a near-future Tokyo in which peace is quietly maintained by a team of lethal young girls dressed in school uniforms, kind of. The story is nicely crafted, its action sequences are fast and accurate enough to make you sit at the edge of your sofa, and I just love the dynamics between the two main characters and the rest of the cafe staff. There is a cliffhanger of sorts at the end, and I'd love for Licorice Recoil to have a sequel. Number 4, BOCCHI The Rock. I did wonder if this number 4 rank was awarded due to recency bias, but this is a superb slice of life. Cute girls do cute things anime by Cloverworks, and this is this year's 3rd surprise for me this year. This was not a K-On! Clone in the slightest, and as someone who had dabbled in gig organization and amateur live music performance, BOCCHI The Rock hits on many levels. Katsuko Bando's music sounds like they could actually enter the actual Oricon charts, and the animation of the onstage performances were both accurate and nuanced, and the way Cloverworks animated the introverted lead Goto Hitori's meltdowns were just so creatively done. And now for the top 3. At number 3, Kimetsu no Yaiba Yukaku Hen. Demon Slayer The Entertainment District arc is a very strong follow-up to its first season and the Mugen Train movie. This was a well-woven tapestry of colors and images by Ufotable, elevating Kotoge Koiharu's story of bravery of 4 young souls to overcome demonic adversity. Who can forget the superbly exuberant and vigorous presentation of the battles between Uzui and Gyutaro, as well as that between Tanjiro and Daki, without eschewing the human side of the story affecting all involved, especially those of the antagonists. Considering the degree of the quality of Ufotable's adaptation, one should expect a similarly stellar Season 3 that will be broadcasted in the summer of this year. At number 2, Chainsaw Man Season 1. Now, I do admit to reading the source material about a year ago due to the overwhelming hype of the series in itself, but to see that MAPPA delivered its promise on giving anime fans an exciting story with fast-paced action was enough to put Chainsaw Man in this position, if not for the title that I've crowned number 1 for this year. I feel that Fujimoto Tatsuki's original manga was groundbreaking in itself in a number of ways and cleverly written, and to see it being animated with such sakuga made this a joy to watch every Tuesday after work. And for my anime of this year, at number 1, Bleach, Kessen Senenhen, or 1000-Year Blood War. BOCCHI! Nostalgia overcoming objectivity, you might say. Despite the cynical thought coming to my own mind when deciding my number 1, get it? Anime for this year, there is no doubt that Core 1 Bleach TYBW was superbly delivered by the people at Studio Pierrot, including the direct involvement by the author himself, Kubo Taito. Core 1 showcased devastating battles not seen in the latter parts of the Aizen arc, with an improved sense of pacing to the storytelling, coupled with a visual feast that is typical of animated cinema as opposed to a weekly television show. Bleach 1000-Year Blood War Core 1 is my number 1 for 2022. Last but not least, I do have a couple of titles in my honorable mentions list. First one is Summertime Render or Summertime Rendering, a manga adaptation by Studio OLM about a murder mystery in which the protagonist finds himself looping back in time every time he gets killed. The other one is Yofukashi no Uta, another manga adaptation by Leiden Films about an insomniac teen who meets a vampire named Nazuna on his walks around the streets at night. Chilled anime with lo-fi music and loving them screens on Nazuna's eyes. Why are they in the honorable mentions and not in the top 10? I still haven't finished watching them yet. That's my top 10 anime for 2022. Until next time, ijo desu. Mata ature.
Ada.